Hello, everyone. It's Rob over here at the MLS Director. Just wanted to introduce you to Tim Denbo, President. We don't normally get webinars done by the presidents of the companies. And hopefully you'll find Virtual Tour Cafe a very good program. We at the MLS committee did. That's why we made them a part of your MLS services. Thank you very much.
Terrific. Thanks, Rob. And Rob will be here to help answer any questions that may be specific to your association and to your MLS. And we're going to go ahead and get started. Tell you a little bit about the format that we're going to be doing today. And thanks very much, Rob, for having us available to do this webinar for you and for bringing Virtual Tour Cafe in as a member benefit to your association members. So the way we're going to work this webinar today is I'm going to walk you all through creating your account, first of all, setting up your profile, your company and agent information. It's very quick and easy to do. We'll then walk you through creating a virtual tour, take you into some of the different features and benefits of the program, and we'll take you all the way from the first time you log in with creating your account and your agent information all the way through to the finished product of distributing the virtual tour and linking the virtual tour to your MLS. We'll try to leave a few minutes at the end for any questions. We do have a raise your hand type of a system here with the webinar where you can raise your hand for a question. Hold your questions until the end of the webinar, please. And at the end of the webinar, you can go ahead and we'll try to open it up and answer a few questions at the end. But please also just email me directly, or you can email to the company. You can email me personally, tim@virtualtourcafe.com. You can email the company at support@virtualtourcafe.com. And we welcome all your questions, and we'll answer any and all emails that you send to us after the webinar and help you get started as well. Also want to make sure that you're aware that if you need help getting your account set up, if you need help with putting in some information to set up your company or your logo or any of that, please also email us and we can help you get that started. We're here to be of assistance to you. We're here to be a partner. So let's go ahead and get started. So this is what your screen will look like when you log in to Virtual Tour Cafe, and you will log in through your MLS, through your Flex MLS. You'll have a login there through your products page. I believe that's the method that's used. Is that correct, Rob?
Yeah, that would be exactly right. In Flex, under the Products tab, is a link to the Virtual Tour Cafe.
Okay, perfect. And the same way, for those of you that have not already signed up, it is a member benefit service, and so therefore there's no cost to you directly for using the service. There's no additional add-on fees or anything that is to use any of the different normal features of the product. So be sure to go to your Flex MLS and products page and sign up when we're done with this webinar if you haven't done that already. And so here we go, get started. Once you log into Virtual Tour Cafe, it will have a welcome and your name on it. It'll tell you that you've got an unlimited subscription here, so you can create as many virtual tours as you'd like to. I want to also encourage those that may be trying to get a listing. You know, the new year is coming up, and we want you to have the best year ever. So if you're trying to get a listing and you don't have a listing, so therefore you don't need a virtual tour for that listing, you can also create neighborhood virtual tours, or kind of a way of showing your potential listing clients what you're going to be able to do for them. So you can create coming soon virtual tours. You can create a neighborhood or a marketing virtual tour to help you get your next listing as well. When you get logged in here, you'll notice that below the welcome and your name will be 3 tabs: Getting Started, Your First Step, and Advanced Settings. Now you're also going to receive an email after you sign up. In addition to your welcome email, you'll receive another email where we'll ask you if you would like to receive emails and newsletter from us. I'd encourage you to accept that invitation, because in that invitation you're also going to get a video that will walk you step by step through the process of creating a virtual tour specific to the Space Coast Association Realtors, and it really is very helpful and a kind of a jump start on getting yourself started. In that also, we'll send you an email every 3 to 5 days just during your first 30 days of being a member, and it'll help you with some tips and hints on how to create your virtual tours, how to market them, how to best utilize the system. After that point, we only send out newsletters maybe once or twice a month at the most, so we really don't over-email you, and you can always cancel out of that anytime. So please accept that invitation once you do get signed up. And on your screen below that, you'll see the Getting Started tips, just telling you some things that you will want to do. And then what we're going to do to get started is first create the agent information and the company information. So you see those kind of tabs or cards, identification cards here in the middle of the screen. We're going to click on the silhouette underneath the name Kevin Fox, and that's going to take us into the agent information. So the first thing we're going to do is browse to add our picture. I'll click on the browse. It's going to take you to the screen where you can see, where you can find your picture that you have. And I'm going to make a change here real quick to my screen. Apologize the delay here for just a moment. Okay. So at this time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look on my screen for where my picture is that I want to use. So I'm going to go to my desktop in this particular case. Now on your computer, you may go to your pictures folder. You may go to wherever it is that you have your agent picture, your profile picture. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to choose a picture just for this demonstration purpose. We'll choose this handsome young man right here. I'll put in my license number. I've got my name and password already in there, and username. By the way, you can change your username or password anytime you'd like. It won't show your password on the screen, but if you highlight it, erase it, and just put in a new password, you can do that at any time. Our system automatically sends you a generic password, but you're going to log in through the Flex MLS, so you really don't even need to know your password or change your password. It'll log you in directly through a single sign-on through your MLS. Your email address, if that ever changes, you can change that. Put in your mobile phone number, your agent profile, your credentials such as GRI, etc., broker. Your link name down on the bottom is a page that we create automatically for you that shows your inventory or all of your properties in one location, such as this one with Kevin Fox. It's virtualtourcafe.com/mycafegallery/your-name, and that's going to be a web page, a URL with all of your virtual tours in one place. You can embed a code like this, or you can embed or put this page on your website and show your potential customers and your potential next listing customer all of the virtual tours that you've done in the past. So as you create more virtual tours using Virtual Tour Cafe, this feature will be even more important. So that will automatically add your name as the link on the bottom, and you simply click on Save. When you click on Save, I need to make a change here since I'm already using that under another demo, so I'll just quickly change that. And so you see that it's added the picture, it's updated any information that we've changed here, and we can go back to the main page or the home page by clicking on My Cafe or Virtual Tour Cafe gold logo up here on the top. However, I want to show you some of the other settings options that we have. So notice that it's taken us into the Settings tab. On the right-hand side, you see Preferences, Agent Profile, Video Options, your default email and phone options. These are all default settings that you can set up for your particular account. Themes default is where we can choose what theme that we want to use for all of our virtual tours. That will be the default. You can always change it on an individual tour at any time in the future. Same thing with the background music, YouTube channel, and newsletters. So we'll go over as much of this as we can today, but really what I mainly want to focus on is how to quickly and easily set up your account and create virtual tours. So the next step that we're going to do here is click on Company Information. And Rob, I just want to invite you at any time that you feel that I'm going too fast, too slow, anything else, please just jump in and let me know. Under the Company Information, I'm sorry, is that okay, Rob?
Perfect.
Okay, terrific. So under company logo, you can browse and find your logo that you have. So again, it's going to be in whatever particular directory that you have your logo. If you don't have a logo, or if your company has a logo but you don't know how to get it from your company website, etc., please just send us an email. We'll be happy to help you with that. So I'm going to choose my company logo. Now also, instead of a logo, if you'd like to use a banner, you can browse through the banners that we have already set up in our system. We have many of the most, if not all, of the major brokerages, but obviously there's a lot of mom and pop and a lot of regional and smaller or mid-sized brokerages that we may not have here. So if you're not a part of one of these brokerages, you can also upload your own by browsing and finding your banner on your site, on your computer. Now, banners are a specific size, and to maximize the banner for your virtual tour, our size is 870 pixel by 90 pixel. Now, you don't need to remember that. If you need some help with your banner, please just email us, and again, we'll be happy to help you. We can put in our company address here, our city. I hope I spelled that correctly. My apologies if I didn't. Your zip code, office phone, fax, and website address if you have one. Click on the save. If you ever have a slight slow connection or your screen isn't responding instantly, just click on the save again. If you got that little spinny wheel saying, please wait, it's updating, sometimes just push it again and it'll complete its updating. It'll usually just go right ahead, but if you ever need to, just click on it a second time. So we've added our logo and our banner. The logo will look a little out of proportion or not real clear on this screen because it's optimizing it just for the viewing here. It will look proper on your flyers and on your virtual tours. The logo is used more on the flyer unless you don't have a banner. If you don't have a banner, it will put the logo on your virtual tour. But if you do have a banner, it will put the banner in place of your logo on the virtual tour. Now our themes default. Over on the right hand side, the one last thing that I want to show you here on the settings tab is setting your theme. If you set your theme right off the bat, right in the beginning, when you're setting up your account, you won't have to worry about it in the future every time you're creating a virtual tour. Our system automatically uses a default theme, but you may want to use a particular theme for your brokerage or for the colors that match your website. Now we have two different themes. We have a flyer theme, so I want you to notice that on the top there's the flyer theme, and then there's a tour theme. You can use a different theme for each one. Generally, people will use the same for both, but again, that is up to you. Now, let's say that I'm not a Coldwell Banker agent, but I like the color of the Coldwell Banker theme. You can use any of these themes. There's over 24 themes. You can use any of these themes no matter what brokerage you're with. So even though you may not be with RE/MAX Collection, you can still use the RE/MAX Collection theme. All it is a color theme other than two. The two themes that you don't want to use unless you're a member of that brokerage is Century 21 and RE/MAX. These themes, if you look into the theme itself, you'll see the RE/MAX has a RE/MAX balloon there that is part of their branding, and Century 21 has a Century 21 branding into the back of that theme as well. So those are the only two out of all of these current 24+ themes that you would not want to use unless you are a member of that brokerage. Otherwise, choose any theme that matches the color theme that you would like to use for your virtual tours. Now this is going to be our default, but it doesn't necessarily mean that we can't use a different theme on a particular property. For an example, if I'm a Coldwell Banker agent and I'm using that as my default theme, and then I have a property, especially where you are, that may be right on the beach, right near the coast waters, you may want to use the Life's a Beach theme. So you could use that on a particular tour, and you would do that in a different location. I'll show you that here in a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and we've finished up anything that we really need to do in the settings screen. Notice again that we are in the settings tab, and this is where you'll find agent profile, company information, your defaults, theater defaults, theme defaults. We won't have time to go over everything today, so today I'm really going to keep it to the basics and getting you started. And we will be setting up other webinars where we can offer more advanced features for those that are comfortable with the system but would like to learn more about the advanced features. We have a system that is very quick and easy to use, but it also offers a lot of customization and a lot of advanced features if you'd like to utilize those. To get back to the home page, to get back to where we started, I'm just going to click on the gold Virtual Tour Cafe logo up in the top left corner. That's the same thing as clicking on My Cafe tab. That'll take you back to the home page. Now notice we've completed our agent information and our company information. Now if you've already watched the Getting Started video, there's really only left to do is create a virtual tour. Now we call them creating image sets, and the reason we do that is because when you create an image set, our system will not only create a virtual tour, it will also create an e-flyer for you, and it will create a YouTube video or a video that will be distributed to YouTube and many other different video sites. So we can't really just call it create a tour. We actually do have some customers that would only create a flyer or only create a video, and you do have that option as well. And in the future, we have some new things that will be coming out that will even make more use of that option. So our next thing to do is create an image set, which is our process of creating a virtual tour and an e-flyer and a video. Now notice here that on the top of the screen, select images to upload. We could browse and we could find the images that we want to load from our computer here. Now if you have a listing coming up that you have not yet put on the MLS, then you will need to click on the browse, and when you do that, it will bring up a screen that will allow you to find your pictures and upload those pictures directly, which is the way I'm going to do it, but I'm going to show you the way you'll most commonly create yours, which is importing your pictures and data from the MLS. And let me just show you both methods. So let's say that you're doing it by uploading the pictures. You can simply go to your pictures on your computer, find the pictures you want, select each picture that you want by simply holding the control key, selecting the different pictures you want, or you can click on the first image that you want, hold the shift key, go down to the bottom, click the last image that you want, and it will select everything in between. Now, when we're selecting all of the pictures, we can bring them all in at one time, or again, we can just click on which ones we want. Such as maybe I just want a few of these houses, a few of these pictures, and I'll click on the open. Now it brings those pictures in, and we can then complete the information on the bottom. Now the way that you will probably want to do it is through importing your MLS data and images. Now I actually don't have an MLS number that matches in your association. Rob, do you happen to have one available that we could pull from?
You could try. This is a rental. I don't know if it makes any difference. I think it has some pictures on it. It's 681.
Here, let me just remove these pictures. I'm sorry, Rob. Go ahead and tell me that number.
681-899.
Okay, and notice that Rob said it's for rent, so we're going to click on the for rent. And the property type, is it a condo, single family? We'll choose single family here. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I'm not exactly sure.
Okay, that's all right. Rob is just grabbing a number that he happens to have there, so I appreciate that. We'll try single family home for rent. The caption is just the title of the virtual tour that you want to use. And so great home in great location. Now, we put in the MLS ID number. We chose what type of status, meaning is it for rent, is it sold, is it pending, coming soon, for lease, etc., for sale. And we put in the property type. Notice you do have quite a few different property types, including commercial. So whether it's commercial, single-family home, a condo, townhouse, etc., we'll submit this. It's going to run out as quickly as it can from the West Coast here and go to the Flex MLS, and just that quickly, it pulled in all of the information, all of the pictures, and it also pulled in the data for the property. So notice that we've got all of our pictures and we've got titles underneath each of them, which matches the MLS number and just which image they are, picture 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Now we're going to want to change that. So we're going to highlight underneath the picture. Now I want to just point out here that when we imported that data, we didn't have to fill out anything else on that screen. It's very quick and easy for you to do this. So don't hesitate on creating virtual tours for all of your properties, regardless of whether they're going to sell quickly. Some people will say to me, well, Tim, you know, it's such a market that I don't really need to create a virtual tour. The property's going to sell so quickly. You know what? Virtual tours and marketing is as much, if not more, about getting yourself exposed and getting your next listing as it is about this listing. So it's quick and easy. Be sure to take advantage of this feature because it will allow you to distribute this tour to many different sites and get yourself exposed so that you get more business in the future as well. So we're going to click underneath the picture. You'll see that the title or the name of the file is there. And we're going to change that to something that makes more sense for people viewing this virtual tour. Great home and off-street parking. If I press the Tab key, it will automatically take me to the next picture where I can type and continue typing my titles if I knew how to type. Notice how we can just keep typing or just click on any of these images, change the title to any image by simply highlighting the title underneath the image, and so on and so on. Now, if you don't like the arrangement of the images, you want to rearrange these pictures. If you've ever played solitaire on a computer, it's the same way. All you do is point at a picture. Let's say I want to move this pool picture down, or if I want to move this kitchen to the left, I grab it, move it to the left. I want to move the pool down, I simply drag it, move it down to the bottom here. I want to move this other pool picture down to the bottom, and I want to move this picture of the front of the house up to the top, and I simply rearrange my pictures. So now I've got the great home on off-street parking, superb location, great kitchen, formal dining room, and I would continue and change the titles of each of these pictures. Okay, once we've added the pictures, once we've changed any titles, moved them in any direction that we want to rearrange them, the next step is going to the property information. Now, with pulling the information from the MLS, most everything is already going to be populated here for you, so you almost could just distribute this tour now and be done with it. However, I do encourage you to go into property information and amenities, these two options on the right, to make sure that everything is set correctly and to see if there's any changes that you want to make. So now notice when we bring up the property information that we don't have to add all this ourselves manually. It's already been pulled in for us. Now, if you had to enter a short description and you want to add more in here, you can do that. If you want to add more to the square footage or the year built or parking spaces, if you want to add the school district or the garage size, anything that was not able to be pulled in from the MLS or was not available in the MLS, you can make those changes here. Notice the price is already here. This information is mostly already filled in. The address, the zip, all of this information is done for you. On the bottom of the screen, we have an optional section called Documents and Forms. If you want to add a little extra lead capture, if you want to get some leads from your virtual tours, in addition to people that will be interested directly in seeing the property and they can contact you through the virtual tour, we do have several lead capture options that are already built into the virtual tours and flyers and videos. But if you want to add even more, we've added this ability to add documents. What that means is you can add a document, maybe some neighborhood information. Maybe you have your own flyer that you would like to use instead of our e-flyer. You want to be able to put a flyer in here so that people can download that flyer and have it for themselves in addition to our flyer that we create for you. So you can type a name, you can browse for the file, and you can optionally add a password. Now notice that lead capture is set to yes. When lead capture is set to yes, what that means is that it will ask the person that wants to download that file what their email is and what their name is, and it'll require them to put that in before they can download the file. When they do that, our system will automatically send an email to you notifying you that somebody has downloaded that file and what their name and email address is. If you don't want to have lead capture and you just want people to be able to download that file, you can turn that off. It is up to you. If you add a password, notice that this is optional. If you add a password, it can be anything. It can be the number 1. It can be the letter A. It can be 1, 2, 3, 4. Anything you want. But if you add a password, anybody that wants to download that file is going to be required to contact you first to get the password from you. So that might even be something that you would want to do if you're adding like property disclosures. You can add property disclosures and add a password and have a little security for that as well. Once you're done with all of these changes, or maybe you didn't even make any changes, simply click on Save. Now I also want to point out that in this second from the bottom section where it asks for area schools link, this is really just for our Canadian neighbors and for anybody that wants to add a school link that is different from our normal school link. So we automatically add a school link. It's a national school link that will zero in on your address and your location. But if you have a different website, a different link, if you have a link specifically for that school that you would like to add, you can do that. But I just want to make sure that you understand that this is not required for there to be a school link in the system for your area. The school link will be added automatically. Also, just so you understand, the latitude and longitude is there for commercial or for residential lots and properties that have no address. So if you don't have an address on a vacant lot and you want to add the latitude and longitude, then our system will be able to locate it on the map when somebody clicks on the Google Maps or the satellite view to be able to locate that property. We'll save this information and we'll close this screen. I also want to point out that there's a question mark up in the top right corner of the screen. Many of our screens have question marks in the top right corner, which is the context-sensitive help, meaning that if you're not sure how to fill out information or you're not sure what a widget title is, which is a short title for the property to fit into the tour widget, the title can be no more than 25 characters. A widget is something that can be embedded into your website so that you can show your virtual tour right in your website and show all your virtual tours in one place. We have many different features and ways of adding the virtual tours to your website. So this context-sensitive help is here to help you understand what to do on that particular page. We're going to click on amenities over on the right. And the amenities are also pulled from your Flex MLS if they were added into the Flex MLS. So in this particular case, there wasn't anything added. So this is probably a newer listing that hasn't been updated, or just because it is a rental, it may have not had anything added to it. So we can come in here manually and say, okay, well, there's a range, there's a cooktop, there's a microwave, there's a dishwasher, refrigerator. We can go down to the interior amenities. There's a fireplace and a kitchen island and central heating. There's granite countertops, jetted tubs, ceiling fan, French doors. There's all sorts of things in this beautiful home. Now notice if you don't find the type of amenity that you want, you can also add your own amenities. When you add an amenity, it will be there in the future. So if I simply type in a new amenity that I want there, notice there's a little red X next to it. That means you can delete it anytime when you've created your own, when you've added your own. But the next time you create a virtual tour, they will all be off by default, but you will have Eat in Kitchen available on your next tour. So when you add your own amenities, they will still be there the next time you create a new tour. Under the exterior, we may have a swimming pool and a landscaping, automatic sprinklers, balcony, large lot, etc. Under the community, this has a playground and a lake, and it's got a golf course. Everywhere has a golf course in Florida. That's why I want to live there. You've got a swimming pool and a fitness center and a clubhouse. We click on Save, and we close the screen. Notice the question mark once again if you had needed any help on what to do on this screen. We close the screen with the X. We've completed our property information and our amenities. That's all we need to do at this point. If we wanted to, there are other things we can do, but I'm going to show you how, again, that we can quickly just create a tour, distribute that tour, get it done, and then we'll take you into a little more advanced features with whatever time we have and still allowing for some time for questions and answers. Now, on the top of the screen are all of your tabs. I also want to point out that there is a live chat here, and you can click on that live chat anytime. You can also email us directly if you have a question, and there's also a support tab on the top of the screen. The support tab, I just want to point this out. In the support tab, you will have some user guides, part 1, part 2, 3, 4, and 5. The advanced part 4 guide is where you will find instructions on adding panoramas and more advanced features. You will also find more information on YouTube videos in part 3, more on the flyers and posting to Craigslist in part 2, and just a quick how to create the tour in part 1. There's also a cheat sheet that you can download that's just a great one-page, don't forget to do these things. We also have some training videos, so you can watch some videos, you can contact us, and you can email us with any questions on the bottom of that screen. So I want to point this out where you can get some support here. You can also click on the live chat 24/7 to get help there. If they're not able to help you, please just email us directly and let us know what question you have, and they will also, of course, try to be able to help you with any questions that you have. On the top of the screen, we can go to Tours, Flyers, Videos. We've already been to Settings. That's where we started with our default settings. Let's go to the Tours tab. In the Tours tab, this is where you're going to see all of the virtual tours that you've created. Now, these are your tours, and we just created this great home in a great location. Notice underneath the tour that the active button is off. Before we can view this tour, before we can distribute it, before it can be visible to the public, we need to activate it. However, please understand that by activating it, it does not push it automatically out to any locations. So when I activate that, when you activate yours, don't be worried or concerned or think that positively that it's been distributed and sent anywhere publicly. It simply has made it available to be distributed and available for you to be able to view that tour. So here under the Tours tab, if I want to view one of these tours like the one we just created, I first click on that tour, which highlights it. You'll see the gold highlight around the edge. And then over on the right, we can view that selected tour. So let's see what we've done so far. Now, you may or may not be able to hear the music from that. I've turned it down on my side. The tour has been created. Notice that some of the pictures still have just the default name that was brought in. That's why we like to change those. Now, you can simply erase them, or you can add a nice, a good descriptive name. Now, the quality of the pictures will be represented by the quality of the images that are that you've taken and that you've uploaded to the MLS. If you would like higher resolution images and you have higher resolution images on your computer, you can upload those instead. But the pictures look great here and shows the property. Underneath the images, you'll see an icon where you can view the screen in full screen. That'll take it to a full screen where you can see the images in a much larger size, or the person viewing this. So this is the way that your buyers, your potential buyers, your listing clients, etc., are going to view the virtual tour. This is how it will look publicly. So on the bottom of the screen, there's a gallery where you can look at all the images just by clicking on a particular image and look at different images. You can move forwards and backwards and look at the different images here. You can also just move between the images, rotate the images, etc. in the gallery view. The virtual tour view is where it's going to be automatically running through all the different images, including any floor plans, panoramas, etc. that we've added. Now, we haven't added any floor plans or panoramas at this point, but I will try to take you into one or two of those features here before we run out of time in today's webinar. I do want to get through all the basic features today. Notice under the Details tab on the bottom, we tried to make this very user-friendly. If you just move your mouse over Details, or the person, the buyer that's viewing this, they'll see the property information. They can look at all the property information of this property. They can go to the amenities and look at all the amenities of the property. They can go to a printable flyer, and this will show them the flyer. And they can also download the flyer. Right here underneath the agent information and license is download as PDF. They can download this flyer to their computer. So it shows a little gallery and a slideshow of the virtual tour right here on the bottom. It also automatically includes a QR code. And the links to your website and to the virtual tour and the flyer and the video, etc. So it gives all the information here on the flyer. You can also change this flyer. There's a lot of editing capability that you have and different themes, again, for the flyer itself. Okay, on the bottom here also is Contact. This is where they can also look at your URL that, remember I told you the URL with your name on it. This is where it's going to show all your virtual tours in one place. As you add more virtual tours, you're going to have 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20, 50 different listings, different virtual tours. And when you sell them, it will be marked sold across the corner or pending across the corner. So you'll be able to show your history of all your virtual tours in one place. You can send this link to your potential clients, to your current clients, to your past clients, to your buyers list, etc., and you'll have all your virtual tours in one location. You can also embed this page into your website. So it's a great feature to be able to use that. People can schedule an appointment directly here, and it will send an email to you requesting an appointment to see this property at a particular time and date. They can also contact the agent information. Under Tools is Area Schools, the Walk Score, the Mortgage Calculator, aerial view of the property, map view of the property. Underneath Share, they can post it to Facebook, social media. We have over 250 different social media sites that you or people viewing it can link this tours to and just get it sent out all over the place. Service links, you can, even somebody viewing this tour can save the tour to their desktop and they can send it to a friend. Now, one of the things about our system also, and this would be in a more advanced class, or you can go through our user guide, you have options on which of these menus even show up and which of the features underneath each menu show up on your tours. So and you can rearrange the order of the icons as well. So there's a lot of features here, a lot of customization that you can do on your virtual tours. Okay, now let's say that we wanted to finish this off, we're done, we want to distribute it and go on to our next listing appointment that we have this afternoon. We can go back to the Image Sets tab. So again, your tabs across the top of the screen. We can go to the Image Sets tab. Image Sets is where all of the images are added, deleted, removed. Think of it as the nucleus or the center of all of your tours, flyers, and videos. The Tours tab is where you can make changes to the virtual tour of any property. The Flyers tab is where you can edit and change just the flyer for that particular property. And the Video tab is where you can edit and change just the video portion of that property. But again, it's all been created for you at one time. You don't need to make any changes at any of those other locations. Let's say that we're ready right now. We simply want to distribute this tour. Again, you always want to select or click on the tour that you want to be working with. And over on the right-hand side, you'll see the Actions menu, and you'll see the Distribute menu. Now, the Actions menu, this is where you can also create an image set. You can edit this particular image set. You can delete an image set. You can go to your service links, and service links is where you can get the link for the virtual tour, and we break it down into branded links and MLS links. This is the standard MLS link and the strict MLS link. Your association, I believe, uses the standard MLS link right here. However, you don't need to worry about that because we're going to link the tour to your MLS listing automatically. Email links on the bottom is if you wanted to send all of these links to your admin or to an office manager, somebody that you want to have access to all these links, maybe even your website designer or whoever manages your website. But this is not, I would not recommend using this to send to your clients. You want to send them just the link to the virtual tour. Now, we do also have a link here for the video and a link for the flyer. I don't recommend using those individually, and the reason is because both of those are already embedded or inside the virtual tour. They can watch the video from the tour. They can look at the flyer from the tour. These are there because some people will only create a video or only create a flyer, and then they would need to use those links. So always use the branded link when sending the tour to a potential client, your selling clients, etc., and you will not need to use the MLS links because it'll already be done for you. So I'm going to close this screen. Just wanted to show you what that service links was all about, and I want to show you what other links is all about. Other links is where you can also download the QR code. We automatically generate a QR code for your virtual tour. You can download that and put it onto your own flyers, put it onto your own postcards, send it to your sign writer company and have it put on a sign writer. This is also where we have other links that we won't have time to go into today, but these are ways that you can embed the virtual tour or all your virtual tours into your website. Now, your webmaster or the person that manages your website would know how to use these, and if you wanted to email this page to your webmaster or to the person that manages your website, you can do that, and then they would be able to look at which one would fit with your particular website and make it look really nice. So QR codes and links to embed the virtual tour and or all your virtual tours into your website are here on the other links. Traffic report is a great place to put your seller's email and or your email. At least put your email in here, and then if you'd like, put your seller's email in here, or simply come in and view the report, and you can download the report anytime. This will allow you to look at a report of the traffic of who's been seeing or how many. It doesn't tell you who. We can't do that, but it will tell you how many people have viewed the tour and where they viewed it from. Did they see it on Trulia? Did they see it on Zillow? And it'll group all the others, such as seeing it on your MLS and through direct links into an others selection as well. And then you can auto forward the tour every week or the traffic report every week to your clients and or to yourself by simply toggling this switch to yes or to on. So when you do that and you save it, this traffic report will be sent to you and or your sellers, whoever you designate, every week, Sunday night, Monday morning. They'll have a traffic report. You or they will have that traffic report. Okay, now we're ready to distribute the tour. Underneath the Actions menu is the Distribute menu. We're going to click on Distribute. The very first option is Distribute the tour. That option, when you click on that, will pop open this screen, and you want to click on the toggle switch on the bottom to distribute. When you do that, it's going to send the virtual tour almost immediately or within the next couple of hours to Trulia, to Zillow, to Homes, to HotPads, all these different sites, whatever is appropriate and where your listing is located, or it will automatically syndicate to Trulia and Zillow as we are a direct syndicator, and to HotPads. Otherwise, it will look for where your listing is on lots of other different sites and attach the virtual tour to those sites. So you click on the Distribute, yes. You close this screen. The next option is Add the virtual tour to your listing. please be sure to do this. This is going to send that. I'm not going to do it here because we're in a demonstration, but all you have to do is click on that Add Virtual Tour to Listing, and it's going to send your virtual tour link to your listing and attach it so that you don't have to do it manually yourself. If you would like to post it to Realtor.com, if you are a Showcase member, we offer the ability. We're a direct syndication to Realtor.com for your virtual tours, or an approved virtual tour provider to be able to send virtual tours to Realtor.com. Two things are required. Number one, your listing must be on Realtor.com. And number two, if you're a Showcase agent with Realtor.com, then we have no additional fees. We don't add fees for posting to Realtor.com. However, Realtor.com does have a fee, and they do charge for posting your virtual tour to your listing on Realtor.com if you don't have a Showcase membership. So if you click on that and it pops open a screen asking for a payment of $25, then you know that you're not a Showcase agent if you with Realtor.com. If you are and you feel that that's a mistake, please don't complete that page. Be sure to contact your Realtor.com or us, Realtor.com representative, or contact us to find out why it's not recognizing you as a Showcase member. So if you're not a Showcase member, you can still post to Realtor.com, but there is a $25 fee, and that will send the virtual tour link to your Realtor.com listing. You can post the tour to Facebook. Simply click on Post to Facebook, and it simply says if you're a Macintosh user, please log into your Facebook account first. But if you're not, click on Continue, or if you are, first open Facebook, then click on Continue. When you click on Continue, it's going to bring open your Facebook account, and it's going to allow you to post to your Facebook with already the description, the link, picture of the virtual tour. And with me right now, I'm set up as posting via Virtual Tour Cafe, so it's going to post via my Virtual Tour Cafe page. Now, you want to set that up in advance on your Facebook of how you post, and that is an option in Facebook so that it posts to either your personal or your page. And then click on Share, and it would share this virtual tour on your Facebook. I'm going to cancel this and click on the OK that it was not posted. Same thing, post to Craigslist. You can post the flyer to Craigslist. Now, Craigslist has come up with some new rules. When you click on the post to Craigslist, you do have an option of either using our what we call a My Cafe to Go with, which is a widget that you can pop open in Craigslist and simply drag and drop the property information into Craigslist. And you do that with this flyer ID. There's step-by-step instructions here. We won't take up the time to go over the entire thing here today, but I want to point this out as to where it is, and you can go through these steps. Now, if it's easier for you, we also do have, I guess, what I would call the older method of posting to Craigslist, and that is you can click on the HTML code down on the bottom, click on the copy, and it will copy the content of that HTML into your computer's memory, and then you can go to the Craigslist location right here in this screen, look for your location, and then you'll be able to go into Craigslist and simply paste that code into Craigslist into the description area. The changes Craigslist has made. Craigslist no longer allows pictures and formatting, borders and designs to be added to the Craigslist automatically through third-party listers such as ourselves. So we cannot bring in the pictures automatically, and we cannot have a, I guess what I would call a pretty flyer, or a flyer that is, looks like the flyer that we saw just a moment ago. Instead, it's a well-designed text listing for your listing, for your virtual tour in your property. It'll have all the information, the amenities, it'll have the property description, it'll have the title, it'll have the price, it'll have all of that, and then you'll add the pictures and it will add them to the Craigslist listing. So you can post it that way through Craigslist. Much simpler and easier than just going into Craigslist and typing in the information. This is very quick and easy. Craigslist just no longer allows the pictures and formatting to be automatically pulled in. This is a change that just happened in the last, couple of months, and we had to scramble and make some programming changes to still allow your flyer to look really nice, but it no longer can have the pictures. Okay, that's Craigslist. Last option that you definitely want to be sure to do is click on this toggle switch on the bottom, Distribute Video. When you do that, our system is going to convert all your still images into a video format and distribute that video to YouTube, to iTunes, to AOL Video, Yahoo Video, about a dozen different video sites. It will take overnight because it has to create the video. So when you click on that toggle switch, tomorrow morning or the next day, it will have created that video and distributed it to those locations, and this toggle switch will be back to off. Don't be concerned the next time you look at your listing or your tour here and you see that that distribute video is off, because it automatically gets turned off after our system has generated the video and distributed the video to the appropriate locations. If you want to see the video link and be sure that it has completed the process, click on Video Promotion right above Distribute Video. In here, where you see the word link, you will see the actual link to the YouTube video. Notice right now it says link not available because we haven't created the video and it hasn't distributed it. Once it creates it and distributes it overnight, you'll see the link here. You can copy that link, send it to your sellers. You can look at the video on YouTube. And you can also make changes to the title of the YouTube video, the description, and keywords. We're one of the only few, if not the only one that I'm aware of, where you can actually change the keywords, the description, and the title just for the YouTube video. This will not affect your virtual tour title. It will not affect your virtual tour description or the flyer. It will only affect the video that's being created and sent to YouTube. And the reason we allow this is because this helps with your search optimization. So when you're wanting people to find this video on YouTube or through Google, the better keywords you have, the better and easier it will be to find. So if you add a keyword that you know is a keyword that people search for. Keywords are words that people go into Google and into Bing and into YouTube, and they put those words in, such as property on the coast, Melbourne property with pool. Anything that you think could be helpful in finding this property, you can add those keywords into this keyword section or add it into the description and or the title. The title is also searchable by Google and Bing and all the search sites. So if this is confusing, don't worry about it. You don't have to do any of this. But I want you to be aware of some of these features that are available to you. So again, just to reiterate, to complete the virtual tour, once you've created the virtual tour, go to Image Sets, click on the image set that you want to distribute, click on the Distribute menu, click on Distribute Tour, and click on the toggle switch to yes. I'm going to turn this one back to off since we're not actually distributing this tour. Add the virtual tour to your listing. That will send it to your MLS, your Flex MLS listing. Post it to Realtor.com if you want to. That's optional, and especially if you are a Showcase member. Post it to Facebook if you'd like to. Post it to Craigslist. This is especially useful if you're doing open houses. Post it for Craigslist Friday or Saturday morning or Sunday morning for an open house that day. Definitely turn on the video option by toggling this switch to on. Be patient, as it will be the next morning that it creates the video. Now, I noticed that we're kind of running out of time here, so I want to take us back to the home page, back to the My Cafe, to the starting place. At this point, we've created a virtual tour. We've set up our agent account, our company information. I want to ask Rob at this point if he'd like any other demonstration before we then open up the microphone so that other people, or actually we'll open up for people to raise their hand if they have any questions. Rob, how are we doing at this point?
I think you're doing fine. If you're open for questions, then I would say.
Are you there, Rob?
Open up for questions. Oh, can you hear me yet? Oh, I'm trying to talk. I don't know what happened to me.
I see it says you're talking, but I'm not hearing you. I don't know if there's something on my system. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry, Rob. Could you play? Everybody else, you're going to hear a duplication. My speakers were off since I had turned it down for the tour. Sorry about that. Rob, can you go ahead again?
Sure. I'd just say you're doing great, Tim. Go ahead and open it up for questions whenever you're ready.
Okay, terrific. Thanks, Rob. So at this time, I'd like for you to raise... Yeah, go ahead, Rob.
Just one quick thing as far as the Flex system. They do allow unlimited photos and unlimited high-resolution photos.
Excellent. That's great. You know, not every MLS allows unlimited and or allows high res. So I think that's something for every agent to be aware of, and be sure to use high res images whenever possible for your Flex MLS. That way our system will also pull in those high res images. Our system also allows unlimited images and allows high-res images. So be sure to utilize that on your Flex MLS, and then our system will take advantage of those as well. Great comment, Rob. I'm going to look through to here to see if anybody has a question. Please raise your hand. There, you'll see on the side of your screen, could be on the bottom, depending on your screen, on the bottom right, on the bottom left. Look there somewhere. There should be a place for you to raise your hand if you do have a question. And I'll look here to see if I've got any questions. There we go. Jeffrey, how are you today?
Yeah. Great.
And
does it create a flyer for like a copy and paste HTML for things like Active Rain or places where we might put the flyer other than those places that you automatically allow us to list, like Craigslist and stuff?
Oh, that's a great question. So you can do that one of a couple of ways. Yes, you can take that HTML. It is standard HTML language, and for anybody unfamiliar with that, what it basically means is that code can be used in a lot of different places that allow HTML. So if you're, which Active Rain does, so you could use that in Active Rain to post it. Because we've in a way, there's a positive effect of what Craigslist did recently by not allowing the pictures and the other custom features, so to speak, for Craigslist. And what it's done is forced us to make it more generic HTML or basic HTML. So now you actually can, if you use Kijiji, for instance, is another service, or if you use Backpage is another service, or Active Rain, you can use that same HTML and post it there. You could also use the flyer. You can download the flyer as a PDF, and you could use the PDF in your Active Rain. So there's several different ways that you could use it. Another great way, I'm a rainmaker, so I'm on Active Rain as well, and love to hear from anybody on there as well. On Active Rain, you can also embed videos. So you can also take that video link and you can embed the YouTube video and show people, your new property with your video as well. That's a great question, Jeffrey. Did I answer it appropriately?
Yes, you did. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Anybody else with a question? Let me look through here and see if we have any other questions. As I'm looking for questions, I just want to reiterate that the Virtual Tour Cafe program selected by Space Coast Association, Space Coast Realtors, is a great benefit for you to use, and they've gone to great expense to make this available to you and make it available as a member benefit product. So please, when you're done with the webinar, I encourage you to go to log into your Space Coast, go to your Flex MLS, go to the products page, sign up, get your account set up. Even if you don't have any listings or need for a virtual tour right now, get your account set up so you can play around with it a little bit. Like I mentioned before, you can create a community virtual tour and have something just to be able to show potential clients. I've got a question here from Marty. So let me go through some of the questions that have been asked here separately from raising your hand as well. And Marty has asked, if the price changes or the description changes in the MLS, will it automatically update the tour? Absolutely. Marty, that's one of the great benefits because of our relationship with the Space Coast Realtors and Flex MLS, and because of what's called a RETS feed, or the Real Estate Transaction Standards feed. Our system will pull and push. In other words, if you make a change to your MLS, Actually, it will just pull. The only push is putting your virtual tour into the MLS, but it will pull and update. So if you mark your listing as sold in the Flex MLS, it will also automatically mark your tour as sold in Virtual Tour Cafe on your tour. Same thing if you make changes to the prices, to the if you update the pictures or you make any other changes, in the MLS, it will automatically update that in Virtual Tour Cafe in your virtual tour. Great question, Marty. Let me look at some other questions here. I've got Pat Urick that has asked, can we create a tour for our closed properties? Yes, you can, Pat. The only thing I'm not sure of, and I don't know if Rob can answer this, we might have to find the answer out to this later, and that would be whether you can pull the data from the MLS. It may not be able to be pulled automatically. Our system will allow you to create a virtual tour with a property that is closed or sold, and so if worst case scenario, you can do that manually by adding the pictures to our system and manually adding the information. I will need to find out from the association or from Flex MLS whether we have the ability of pulling that data when it's a closed property from the MLS automatically. Great question. And let me see other questions I can answer here. Is there a way to stitch multiple pics together to make a panorama? Absolutely, Leslie Purdy. Leslie, you can do that through, and what I encourage you, since we don't have time in this webinar here today, we can have a webinar just on panoramas and floor plans and some of the advanced features. But I can tell you, if you go to our support tab, download the user guide for the advanced user guide, which is user guide number 4, and go to page, I believe it's 44 or 45, you will find a section on panoramas, and about page 50 has instructions and a link to a program that we recommend and use called Microsoft ICE, ICE. It's a free program that you can download to your computer desktop. You can easily, in a matter of minutes, stitch the images together and then upload them to our service under the Tours tab under Advanced tab. So you would upload them separate from the normal pictures section, and you can do that, though, under the Tours tab under the Advanced Panoramas. And Leslie, if you have more questions or anybody else has more questions on panoramas or anything else, please do let me know. And let's see other questions that we have. I've got another, Denise is doing a great job of checking our spelling, so I appreciate that very much. And it looks like we've uploaded the, I mean, it looks like we've gone through, I do see a question in the very early stage, and I hope we've answered this question, that is the service free for Space Coast Realtors? And yes, it is. It is a member benefit for the, it's not free to Space Coast Realtors Association. They do pay for a fee for the use of the service. It is free to the members. It's a member benefit service. So at this time, I think we've answered the questions. We've gone a little bit over. I appreciate you hanging in there with me. And please let us know if you have any questions. Get signed up. Try out the service. Let us know what we can do to be of help to you. The last thing I'd just like to say is thank you again to Rob and to Space Coast Association, Space Coast Realtors, for allowing us this opportunity. I want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and let us know what we can do to be of service to you.
Thank you very much, Tim. That was excellent.